Hi everyone, Christopher here from QualityArk. I'm the founder and CEO of the company, and we basically are a consulting and outsourcing company that is building and maintaining quality for our customers' software. Um, Today I would like to answer the question from the title. So, why you need quality assurance slash software testing, and maybe there will be a second topic inside this video. um, what's the differences, what are the differences between quality assurance and software testing, because I can see cooperating with some technology companies, software houses, that not everyone knows what are the differences and why QA is more important, I think, for the project and for the overall quality than software tester. So let's go to the our white canvas I have prepared. Um, so we can begin from the maybe the split, like we have here the QA, and here we have software tester. Let's divide them, and here's the first question: what are the tasks for the software tester in the project? So of course, like finding the bugs, so bugs, creating a bug ticket. So let's say a bug ticket. I would say that of course the communication, the maybe some Jira reports, so Jira, communication, maybe some documentation, so creation of documentation, and yeah, of course, automation. If the software tester know the tools, maybe the like the language, programming language to automate front end, back end, whatever. And here is the second part of our table for the quality assurance, for the QA. So here's the difference. QA is looking for the processes. So he can or she can create, change, look after different processes. So this is like the process, yes. Communication, of course. So let's say the same as a software tester. Of course, the metrics, creating the metrics, like in the Jira or the other tool, the bug metrics, or for example from the sprint some metrics, how long specific ticket is in which status. I think this is very important also for the QA. Testing, of course, the testing, but I think maybe more broad than normal software tester, because QA should also have knowledge from user experience, customer experience, accessibility, maybe about the security, about performance. So I would say that the QA, quality assurance engineer should have really broad knowledge about overall quality for the product, for the project. Market analyze. So this is I think something that differentiate those two guys. What I mean by market analyze, experienced QA, when joins to the new projects or the new company that have their own product, should look after, like the potential customers, the end customers, um, what um, browser there will be used to open, to run your product, to run your web application, let's say, what type of devices they will be using. So, like from which country our customers will came. So I think it's like, like a lot of analyze of the potential market. It of course depends if the company that the QA will join is like in the startup process and don't have yet maybe all the data and all the information. I think in this phase having such person in team is really nice. It's really, I would say, it will boost not only your quality in a matter of finding a lot of defects, a lot of bugs. It's not about the quality. Like amount of bugs is of course important, but very important is to boost overall quality in the communication, in the process, in the metrics, in the overall, like the market analyze, the building a strategy. This is the next point. So building strategy is something I would say crucial. And okay, so maybe here's the question: building strategy for what? Of course for the quality. I will give you an example. For example, creating automation. You can create automation for the new features. You can create automation for the regression part, and of course you need to know when to start automating in a matter that you have resources, you have specific people, specific knowledge, you have knowledge about the maintenance of automation, about that aspect, that one QA that will be like, you have one QA and for example he will be doing manual and in some way plus automation, that will not go well if in the project is only one QA. If there is one QA for example, I don't know, 4 or 5 developers, and this is one project, and for this one QA there is manual testing, creating test cases, creating metrics, communication. I think okay, this is not so important in the very top, let's say, risk table, but creating, improving process, doing all the tests, maybe of course the market analysis in the beginning. So all that stuff, like creating test cases, and plus this, he needs to be doing the automation, creating the framework, maintaining those tests. That's too much, and it will never work. I can tell you right away, it's impossible. This QA should focus only on one thing, and of course, if there will be times when this QA will have less work for the manual testing, let's say, then he can support the automation aspects, of course. But there should be, in this case, 1+1 when this is, let's say, not automation. This is like, it's never, doesn't matter. One is the more automation, one is more manual, and of course here we need one should be like, let's say, lead, take a position for the lead. And in my opinion, the lead should go to the manual. uh, why? Because if he will be doing all the processes, metrics, communication, market analysis, building strategy, of course the building strategy will be of course with the automation guy, but let's say the manual one will have overall better and bigger knowledge about the project, about the market, about all the aspects, and probably he will be longer in the project, and the automation guy or girl will join the project later. So this is something that you need to think about, and of course if you have resources, knowledge, everything, then 1+1 is okay. If you have really big project, then of course this will be a larger team of QAs, and also you need to think how to build this team, because I think, in my opinion, there should not be a situation where we have all the automation guys or all manual guys without the automation knowledge. The experience, the strong points for each person should be different. One should be better in the, let's say, performance. Second should be better in the, let's say, process creation, metrics, market analysis, and maybe user experience, customer experience part. Third should be better in the automation, building framework, maintaining it, and maybe have a bigger picture of the languages to pick, and overall like API testing and all the stuff. So this is, and of course you need to have like some sort of stairs, let's say. I don't know how to say it, but stairs, like you have here the junior roles, maybe like there's some regular, some senior, some lead, some tech leads maybe, and at the top there should be maybe some manager if you have really a big team to create. Because if everyone will be on the same page, I think, and not the same level of experience, I think there will be some arguing, and there, of course, there can be situation that the one person will be a natural leader, let's say, but sometimes it's not enough for him to, or her, to have the specific and necessary authority in the group to decide and be at the top of the, let's say, QA lead or test manager. It should be told that this person from now on is a QA lead and or a test manager. This is level of authority, this is level of, like respect, let's say, in the team, that in my opinion is necessary when you have such big team. So here you can see overall why I'm telling that QA is a different role than software testing, and I will not say that there are not software testing companies that have tasks from quality assurance guy. I mean, it's only the title, of course, someone can say, and yes, of course, this is only the title, but when you look on ESTQB, this is like the division, let's say, between software tester and quality assurance guy. And when you will hire new person for the quality, you need to answer those like check marks, what you want to have in your team? Maybe from what should I ask during the recruitment process the specific person? Uh, and I'm looking only for a guy or girl that will be looking for the bugs and creating bug tickets and creating, like some documentation in Confluence, or like some basic metric in Jira, and we'll do some basic or maybe more than basic automation. Or I want to have expert, maybe not expert of course, because those two can have of course like experience, I don't know, 5 years plus, yeah. So one and this one and this one have 5 years plus experience in automation, in manual testing, but one will have also have experience from creating processes, metrics, more broad about the testing and market analysis and building a strategy. The QA will look for the project and for the product under different specific circumstances, and have maybe a better knowledge how to improve the quality, not only looking for the bugs in the project. So those are the questions that you need to ask yourself before you will hire a new person. So this is, I would say, that main topic. I think that I would like to move on this video, and I think this also answered the title, that why you need a quality assurance software tester. So like go back to this table and look why you need, because it's really powerful person in your team. But also I can bring here like little case study for our customer that have that's that have very interesting company that have hardware and software. So he's building hardware machines, and for those machines he has software, dedicated software. And yeah, we are directly working with him as a company that's taking care of the quality, and at the same time he has of course the partner from the IT side, I would say, the company that it's helping him build the web application, maybe not web, but for the hardware, yeah. And here we are, like the QA, the QualityArk company. And what we are doing there, this is very important, because the main topic was about issue with the delivery of releasing at the time, and overall like lack of the QA, lack of the software testers. Maybe they saw that on the market quality is more and more important, the competition is more and more bigger, and they just want to leave the competition behind, exceeding the quality, and be really safe and calm for the future. So we thought, me and Agnieszka is one of our consultants, QA consultants, with more than 11 years, and she's really like this QA, that she has experience from a lot of topics, and really great job there. So we basically sit down and talk with the client. What are the objectives, or like what are the expectations from us? We learned and go into the projects, read the documentation. We created bullet points with the risks aspects from not only lack of, let's say, documentation, but also with uh, potential improvements for the processes, for the communication, for the metrics that will help them um, control the situation about the specific sprint, about some type of tests that should be done and how they should be done, about market analysis. No, we didn't do anything there, but we are still building the strategy for them, and we are still continuing to work with them. And now we are, let's say, teaching the team of dev teams, like teaching about the quality, about testing, what it is, how they should test, of course, if they want to test, how to create documentation. Agnieszka is taking role of Scrum Master even, to show how this process of communication should look like, how the communication should look like, how the demo should look like a lot of aspects that it's doing really well now. And our like success stories, because we were able to close the sprint and the specific time, and release was a specific time. Nothing was late because of it, because of better estimation, because of better stories in the Jira that were better described. It is very important with maybe some expected results, with the validation. Like your role as a QA, remember, this is very important, is to have possibility to look not only for the software. You need to look at overall team, how they communicate, how the PO is doing, maybe, but of course there are companies that don't want to listen quality assurance engineer or software tester, and this is a big mistake, because they are saying that it doesn't matter, you can talk, but we also will only hear the development team because they are building the application and you are just QA. This is very bad approach, I would say. So and we are back to the client. We are thinking about now automation, what to automate, when to automate, using what tools. Of course, we will do some proof of concept, and to really maintain our communication, our reporting. Agnieszka is of course working day to day with the client on the client side, but also we have a meeting every 2 weeks with the board members. So this is very crucial. The communication on every step should be kept as on the quality as high as possible, because this is really critical. You can laugh at it, but communication in the team, especially when you have remote team, and you cannot think that, for example, every person from your team knows what is MVP and why MVP should not be developed, for example, as a final feature. Why? Because MVP can of course be like approved by the client and go in the phase of building a full feature based on MVP. But at the same time, client or the market can say that no, I don't like this feature and we don't want it, so we will easily remove it or change it, tweak it. So as a developer, for example, here, next part of the communication, you need to communicate for every person, because for the owner or for the PO, for the manager, the MVP, let's say, MVP phrase is something normal, that it should be fast and it should deliver the basic, let's say, feature to the client to do the demo. This is the goal for the MVP. And the fast adjust. Yeah, so if the MVP will be approved by the client, we can adjust and we can move to the final here to the final feature. This is, for example, an example for a communication. Sometimes this is very, very simple. Sometimes it's more complex. This is one of the, let's say, short case study to just show you how it can look like the cooperation with the technology company, how we are helping, and most important here I would like to move is differences between those two guys, yeah, the QA and software tester. This was very important for me, and I hope you learned something today from my video, and it was very nice to speak to you. If you have some questions, just go ahead and leave a comment. I will be more happy to answer. You can also find me on LinkedIn. We can call, we can chat about the quality, how we can help you. I'm open for the cooperation, for some questions from you guys. So like, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.